The entire project has, in fact, been designated a project of national significance by the UK government. At a regional level, the local council, Barrow-in-Furness Council, are supporting the project, as well as Enterprise in Cumbria, which is a major regional development agency.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Ben Clube. He's the CEO of EnergyPathways. And Ben, it's great to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, lots of things to cover. I know you've been busy the last little while. Got a chance to have a chat with you now about some recent news, and most recently has been a deal that you've done with the Associated British Ports. So maybe you can kind of explain the port and how this is all going to work.
Yeah, sure. So the ABP deal, Associated British Ports deal, gives us access to land where we intend to develop our onshore facilities for our large-scale mesh projects. So let me maybe just remind listeners what the mesh project is. The mesh project is a very large-scale integrated energy storage project. It's going to be the UK's largest, and we'll be storing energy for the UK's energy security and for reducing household bills in the form of compressed air storage or long duration energy storage, gas storage, and hydrogen storage. And so the arrangement we have with ABP is we have onshore facilities to support that storage operation, and we'll be conducting our operational support activities from there. But in addition, we'll also be producing our hydrogen. So we'll have a hydrogen production plant located there too, which will be interconnected with our storage operations offshore.
Yeah, Ben, it seems like logistically and just for the long-term success of it, it seems like this is the right place to be. Is that accurate?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll be locating our onshore facilities in a place called Barrow-in-Furness. This is a major development area for the UK, and that's where we'll be developing our hydrogen production and hydrogen industries that sort of fall off that hydrogen production plant. And it's a major part of the development of this part of the UK.
Yeah, and you mentioned the importance of what you're doing, and that really talks about how when you're at this particular port, just the backing of government, the backing of locals. I mean, this is obviously something that needs to happen, and logistically a perfect place to do it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of local, regional, and national government support. The entire project has, in fact, been designated a project of national significance by the UK government. At a regional level, the local council, Barrow-in-Furness Council, are supporting the project, as well as Enterprise in Cumbria, which is a major regional development agency, as well as Team Barrow, which has the overall responsibility for the redevelopment of the Barrow-in-Furness area. So we have a lot of government and local council support for the project, and we're now essentially pressing ahead with the project, looking to target a final investment decision by 2028.
Okay, a couple of things I want to ask you about. One is you had some news out about the North Sea Transition Authority granting a gas storage license. That's obviously significant. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So the responsible regulator is the North Sea Transition Authority, and they awarded us a license covering the area where we plan to undertake the storage operations. And the area covers significant salt sequence, which is, and this is the whole point of what we're doing, is ideal, this salt sequence for making very large caverns for storing energy. So each cavern that we plan to construct will be about the size of 4 St. Paul's cathedrals, so they're vast, and that means that we can store energy at significant scale and, in effect, in a very low-cost manner. So this salt sequence is where we're developing our storage, and it has the ability for us to develop over 60 salt caverns. So our project alone, the compressed air project, we're only using 4 caverns, and just that project alone will be the UK's largest LDES project. So you can see the multiplying scaling potential of this license.
Absolutely. And I know that a lot of these milestones that you hit along the way are so significant for the company, and I know you're trying to keep everyone up to date on what you're doing because there's a lot of moving parts that's happening. And so you've updated your corporate presentation as well. It includes a lot of this stuff to just make sure everyone is on the same page and understand where you are now and really where you're headed.
Yeah, we've outlined in our latest corporate presentation the plan forward, and the near-term milestones that we're planning on hitting as we go forward. But basically, we're fully into feed now, driving forwards for a final investment decision. Also, in the presentation, we outlay the value proposition to investors, to shareholders, which is considerable, and also the growth potential, which I've sort of also touched upon, that we are planning to try and also capture. So yeah, so there's a lot of information in that corporate presentation, but I think it puts out a very compelling a value proposition for investors. And with a market cap of in the sort of the 20 million pound sort of region at the moment, but I think it explains this is a multi-billion proposition for investors.
Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. Ben, thanks so much. Really great to get an update from you. As I mentioned, a lot of things going on, and we're glad we're able to provide the information to everyone. So good to see you. We'll talk again soon, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, there's Ben Clube, the CEO of Energy Pathways.